Hey guys, happy Wednesday. This is Billy Tarasio from Modern Law, and today I have kind of a different vlog for you. I want to talk to you about dating post divorce. Now, this could be a lot of different things. This could be a discussion about all of the different online platforms, it could be horror stories about bad first dates, it could be red flags, it could be a lot of things, and maybe I will do all of them. But for today, what I want to talk about is 7 things that you need to know, or 7 rules for dating post divorce. So as a prerequisite, or just a little bit of background, many of you know, if you've already been watching my videos, that I've been divorced for a little while now and have just sort of recently started dating. And it's been super fun and interesting. I had never really dated as an adult because my ex-husband and I got together when I was 20. So it's really like a whole new world. And I'm just kind of a curious person. So it's been a lot of fun. But I've also done a lot of thinking and have come up with these 7 rules that I think might be valuable for you to consider. So, dating after divorce can be intimidating, exciting, overwhelming. I know I have felt sort of insecure, which I think is normal, because if we're not with somebody who knows us and loves us, then dating is inherently like seeking the approval of others, and so that's weird, that's new. um uh, and and because I've spent 15 years as a divorce attorney and talked to thousands and thousands of people, I wanted to share just a couple of different perspectives. Most of the people that I talk to sort of regret the decision to have married the spouse they married. They regret, or the boyfriend or girlfriend. To have children with their ex, or to have married who they married. And one of the people that I have met recently gave me a very different perspective that I think is worth sharing, because it kind of blew my mind. He did not get married to the wrong person young. He um, waited for the perfect person, and he found that perfect person when he was in his late 30s, and he married her, and he was madly in love, and he was very happy. And I think less than 2 years later, she ended the relationship. So he's now 48 years old, doesn't have children, wanted a different life than he has now, and doesn't want to start now. And so his perspective to me was, maybe getting married and living your life with somebody who's less than perfect, or even if it doesn't work out, maybe that's okay. Maybe we should change our perspective and stop beating ourselves up over something that didn't work out how we hoped it would. And I thought that that was super valuable, really different from anything that I've felt and most of the people that I have talked to. And I thought that that was worth passing along for some of you who may be, post divorce and sharing children with a spouse that you're not with anymore. So now we can get into the 7 rules, and they're a little heavy. Number 1, forgive yourself. Divorce feels like the biggest failure, and if we're being honest with ourselves, no matter how awful our ex was, we contributed to the breakdown of the marriage in some way. So understanding that and figuring out how to acknowledge our role and forgive ourselves for that contribution and be able to grow beyond that, I think is probably the first step in being ready to enter a post-divorce relationship that's real. And maybe if you're just looking to have fun dating, maybe these aren't necessarily the rules for you, but these are really geared towards people who are thinking about, like, what's my next serious relationship. So that's number 1. Number 2, this is even harder. Forgive your ex. So many people loathe their ex, and many people are stuck in a court process that just keeps going and going and going. And your ex may withhold your children or use the parenting plan to mess with you. And, especially if somebody has sole legal decision making or final legal decision making authority, I see them many times really using that to wield power and control over their ex. And it's understandable, after going through this massive life, that you built together and then having it crumble and then having this awful divorce process, it's understandable that you have a lot of feelings of resentment and hurt and frustration, especially if maybe you didn't want the divorce. But this is the person that you chose to have children with, and your children didn't get a choice. So half of your children are this other person that you chose. And if you cannot find a way to honor your ex, then you are really doing your children a disservice. So find a way to forgive your ex, to understand that they did the best they could with the resources they had, the same way you did, and forgive them for their role in the breakup after you acknowledge your role in the breakup. And then find qualities that are positive and lift them up. So let's say your ex is irresponsible and can't get anywhere on time. They might be a great listener or super fun. They might have been a terrible spouse, but they're a loving parent. Maybe they're too strict in your opinion, but they offer structure and guidance in a different way than you. No matter what your ex's personality, there are things that you can find that are positive. And if you can lift those up in front of your children and forgive your ex, that's number 2. The next 5 are easier. Number 3, have fun and be curious. Ditch the checklist and be open to the possibility that your future partner may not look like what you thought they would look like. Obviously, you're going to have deal breakers, but the deal breakers shouldn't necessarily be related to age or height or whether they like tennis or golf. Be curious, get to know new people, and don't be in a rush. And that's number 4. Be patient and resist moving too fast. Falling in love feels amazing, especially post-divorce, when you're emotionally wounded and you're vulnerable. And it's a total gift to be able to fall in love and experience all of the emotions that come from crazy love hormones. But I want you to enjoy the ride and resist commitment or moving too fast. So if you find yourself post-divorce in love, now is not the time to decide to get married. When you think that they're perfect and when you're completely like mesmerized by all your love hormones, the stakes are higher now because you've already got kiddos. The stakes are higher. So if this person is the one, you should be able to decide after the love hormones wear off. Now, from what I can tell from the research I've done, that can take anywhere, if it's really strong, that can take anywhere between 2 and 3 years. So be patient and resist moving too fast. Number 5, don't make choices out of fear. You have to forgive yourself. You have to love yourself for who you are before you choose a partner. We all feel vulnerable and insecure post-divorce, but don't jump into a relationship because you're afraid to be alone or you think that you can't do better. There are literally millions of people in the Phoenix area and billions in the world. And because of this world of online dating, you can connect with so many people. Now, how amazing is that? That's pretty cool. And it means that like there is no shortage of potential partners. Don't feel like you have to rush into a decision or that the pool of candidates is somehow limited. I just don't think that it is. At the same time, number 6, don't wait for perfection. This one is based on my friend's advice from above. If you want to be in a relationship, none will ever be perfect. You need compatibility, great communication, trust, and respect. And if you don't want to be in a long-term relationship, no problem. Be free. Design your next phrase however works for you. Now I want to go back because number 7 is compatibility, communication, trust, and respect. These are the 4 pillars that you should build your relationship on based on years of watching relationships that break down. These are the things that you must have if you want to stay married, if you want to stay in a long-term relationship and be happy. Compatibility is lifestyle. So that's how you want to live your life. That's what you want out of your life. That's kids or no kids. That's, how do you like to spend your time? 2 is communication. And it's just critical. If you don't feel like you know what's going on inside the head of your potential partner, and if you don't know where they stand or you're not sure where you stand with them, like you have a communication problem and you'll never be able to build a relationship without communication. 3 is trust. If you don't trust and or respect this person that you're dating, if there are things that are red flags, behaviors that you don't trust or respect, again, you're just waiting for this to fall apart. So I'm not saying that that can't be a fun relationship or that you must end that relationship now, but really, this is not a relationship that you can build your future on. This is probably not a relationship that you necessarily want to expose your children to. So you can't compromise on this. They're more important than money, kids or no kids, career, or physical attraction. And those are the 7 rules that I have for post dating. And I promise I will also work on more fun vlogs on post divorce dating, like analyzing all of the different dating platforms and telling you about crazy first dates that I've had. But for now, hopefully that's helpful. And I hope you have a great day, and don't forget to subscribe.